Not so quiet. How are we doing, everybody? Good? This is a celebration. Let's say yeah! Well, hi, everyone. Welcome to the Rock County Arts Hall of Fame. This tradition started with a group named United Arts Alliance, who began recognizing incredible achievements in the arts in Rock County years ago. Since then, some incredible people have been inducted into the Hall of Fame, and people that have shaped our art landscape in such an impactful way. My name is Nate Burkhart, and I'm the Executive Director here at JPAC. Well, thanks so much for coming out today as we celebrate the achievements of two very special people who have not only mentored and shaped who I am as a person, but other organizations, and a massive array of young performers and individuals, musicians, actors, directors, visual artists, and many others. It's very rare where we get two people that cover such an array of the different organizations that make up our arts culture. So I just wanted to, I went off script here for a second. So I just want to make sure that that understanding is there. It's very rare when you have someone that is able to touch music, visual arts, theater, acting, improv, and like both of them have done a lot of that with this community. And so it's an absolute, come see Tess on March 1st at the improv show. So yeah, so I just want to make sure that that's mentioned, because I never really seen two people who covered such a vast degree of the arts landscape here in Janesville. And you know, I'm thrilled to say that they're going to be celebrated today. People who are nominated in the Hall of Fame are nominated by our community and by resident groups here at JPAC. A vote is conducted, and the top two vote getters are inducted annually. The top two vote getters this year include Laura Schuler and Tess Nguyen. So big congratulations. That's it for me right now. I want to bring up Ron Brown, who's going to introduce our first inductee tonight.
Oh.
It's a little deeper. Good evening and welcome to this beautiful occasion honoring two very wonderful people. When Laura called me to tell me she's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, my first thought was, finally. She's been so deserving of this honor for years, and I am incredibly proud of all of her accomplishments. I've had the privilege of sharing the stage with Laura on many occasions. We've played husband and wife, and there's been a few times that she has killed me. Our journey began in about 1997 when I was cast in theater productions, production of My Fair Lady, and Laura was helping out with the vocals. Little did I know that this talented young woman would someday become one of my closest and dearest friends. Laura's been instrumental in the growth of countless performers. As an elementary music teacher for nearly 30 years, she has worn many hats: teacher, mentor, advisor, collaborator, counselor, and advisor. And her dedication to the arts is unmatched, with talents spanning directing, writing music, conducting, acting, singing, and accompanying others. If it is related to the arts, Laura has done it, and she has done it exceptionally well. She is the past president of Theater Unlimited and has directed shows for both Theater Unlimited and the Parkview School District. Laura served also as vocal director for numerous organizations. As a performer, Laura has graced the stages with Theater Unlimited, Stage 1, Power City, Rock River Rep, Chicken Boy Productions, Janesville Little Theater, the Janesville Performing Arts Center, and the Steadley Improv Troupe. Beyond the stage, Laura's accomplishments are equally impressive. She's led the Parkview Show Choirs, directed choirs at St. Mary's, St. John's, and St. Mark Lutheran, and serves as an accompanist for many other churches, weddings, and funerals. And despite her many commitments, Laura always finds time to perform with her friend and fellow nominee tonight, Tess Nguyen. She has cherished moments with her family, teaches classes at JPAC. She's a very, very busy woman, yet she gives so much of herself in everything she does to others. Laura is a mother of 6 beautiful children and recently welcomed her first grandchild. And she's married to Mike.
That was the highlight of the whole.
That's why she's in the Hall of Fame, Mike.
Now, Laura loves all movies. She loves musicals, and she is a true crime podcast lover. Her passions for teaching music brings joy to everyone she touches, helping students discover their voices and express themselves through music. Laura's passion, generosity, and dedication have touched countless lives, and I am so honored to call her my dear friend. It is my absolute honor and privilege to introduce to you my dear friend, the incredibly talented and richly deserving Laura Schuler.
Good evening and thank you. Whew, how do I follow an introduction like that?
Easily.
Standing here tonight, being inducted into the Rock County Arts Hall of Fame is a moment of immense honor for me. The recognition feels deeply personal, but I also see it as a celebration of this vibrant community that we have all built together. I am so grateful to all of the artistic groups for recognizing my life's work and passion, especially a big thank you to Theater Unlimited for nominating me. When I was 5 years old, I sat down in my kindergarten class one day and I asked if I could tell the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And my teacher gave me the go-ahead. So then I proceeded to tell them the entire story album. You remember the albums, the Disney albums that had the ring when you have to turn the page? I couldn't read, but I memorized that whole thing. And I used every voice, every character. I sang every single word of every single song. All of them. I did the voice of the prince, Snow White, the dwarves, the Wicked Queen, and it didn't faze me one little bit that I was standing up there putting myself out in front of everybody. And nobody moved. I remember everybody listening. I was like, wow. So my mother, when she found out, in all her wisdom, thought I'd better get this kid into some music lessons. So she very quickly called my grandmother, who already thought I was brilliant because that's just how she was. She called and said, let's get her into some piano lessons. My very first teacher was my grandmother, and what an amazing woman in her own self. If she would be here, if she was still here today, she'd be on that wall. And she was a concert pianist. She was an educator, a music educator for over 30 years in the Janesville School District. And she was the very first person to push me to my musical horizons and to embrace everything in music and arts that it had to offer. And that is where my lifelong passion for music and theater began. Music and theater have always been the cornerstones of my life. For 29 years, I have had the privilege of teaching kindergarten through 12th grade music in the Parkview School District. From general music classes that introduced young students to the joy of making music, to leading junior and senior high choirs, show choirs, and musical productions. I witnessed firsthand that transformative power of the arts in young people's lives. And it has been a great joy to see these students discover their voices, literally and figuratively. they gain self-expression, they gain that confidence through music and theater. Whether it was the thrill of a show choir performance, or the magic of a musical coming to life, or even the beauty of a well-rehearsed choir piece filling the room, these moments reminded me of the profound impact that the arts have on individual communities. Directing and performing theater productions has also been a very cherished part of my journey. The stage has always felt like a home to me and a place where stories can come alive and emotions can resonate deeply. Through musicals and plays, I have worked to create opportunities for students and community members to connect and grow and shine. And theater is such a powerful art form, and it fosters collaboration and it fosters empathy. And it's been my honor to help nurture those values in others. I've often told my students that theater is about more than just performing. It's about learning to listen, and it's about learning to trust and to work together to create something that is way bigger than ourselves. The arts, both in music and theater, have a way of bringing people together. You are all here tonight because of it, in the way that nothing else can. I think about moments when like a choir sings in perfect harmony, or when a theater audience is so engrossed in a performance that you can feel the collective breath. You all know what I'm talking about. These moments that remind us of our shared humanity, and it's been my privilege to help create them. When I learned that I received this award, I was so excited, but it also made me aware of how fast this journey has been. How in what seems like just a moment, that little 5-year-old girl had lived long enough and done enough to qualify for an award that's this incredible. Music and theater did that. In fact, music and theater have given me a lot of gifts over the years. Because of music, I found a job that I love and I continue to do to this day. A profession that has allowed me to grow professionally and personally and to help others in the process. Because of music and theater, I met my best friends, many of you here tonight. I met my husband because of music and theater. And I have watched my role models that have helped and shaped me form my own way of doing the art. Because of music and theater, I've watched my children develop into amazing artists, far surpassing the strengths and abilities that I have, as it should be. I've watched them take risks and expand their talents, and that watching them has inspired me many times to keep going when I feel like I just can't anymore. Of course, none of this would be possible without the support and the inspiration that I've received from a lot of people along the way. To my family, both my blood relatives, my adopted relatives, my adopted parents, and my real parents, you stood by me through countless rehearsals and late nights and creative pursuits. Thank you for your love and your encouragement. Your patience and your belief in me have been the absolute foundation of everything that I have accomplished. To my dearest friends, so many of you in this room tonight, and my colleagues and my collaborators, thank you for your trust. Thank you for your ideas and your willingness to take those creative risks alongside me. Knowing you and working with you has enriched my life. And it's taught me so much about the power of teamwork. And to this community, thank you for embracing the arts and allowing us to share in moments of beauty and laughter and discovery. You are the reason that we do what we do. As I reflect on this honor, I'm reminded that creativity thrives not in isolation, but in connection. The arts have the power to lift spirits, to inspire change, to bring people together. They teach us to see the world through new perspectives and to express the inexpressible. As I accept this honor tonight, I am reminded that the work that we all do as artists is never truly ours alone. It belongs to the community we serve, and I am so proud to serve this community. So, tonight, I dedicate this award and this moment, first to my grandmother, second to my amazing mama. I wish she was here. To all the musicians and actors and teachers and dreamers who continue to bring light to Rock County and beyond, and their creativity and passion. To the students who have graced my classroom and stage, you have taught me as much as I have taught you. To the parents and to the community members who have supported the arts, your belief in the power of creativity made all of this possible. And to my fellow educators and artists, let us continue to inspire, to create, and to connect. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this incredible honor, and I promise to carry it forward by continuing to share my love of music and theater with all who are willing to listen, learn, and dream. Thank you.
Big thanks to Laura for everything that she's done. Introducing our next inductee is Frank and Edna Schultz. Let's give them a round of applause as they come out.
It's Feldman Schultz, okay?
Edna Feldman Schultz and Frank Schultz.
Good. And they told me that I only have 5 minutes to talk.
You do, and you're on the clock now.
I only 5 minutes every 5 days, you know? Woo. Hello. I don't need a microphone. I was a teacher 40 years.
Congratulations, Laura.
Yes. Okay. Teresa befriended Frank and me sometime around 1990. And what, 95? Okay, 80. Woo! I can lie here. Okay. All right. A friend suggested to both of us, because we knew Hebrew, that we should meet because we have something in common. Well, that wasn't the only thing we had in common, because we never talked with the other dude, but we became friends already for over 35 years. So through these years, she has impressed us with her open heart, her passion for the arts, and her enthusiasm for making this corner of Wisconsin a better place for everyone who lives here. Her energy at times seems boundless, whether it be in musical performance, teaching music to children, creating original stage shows, or painting. She has what I admire in so many of the artists gathering here: a fearlessness to get involved. I have my wrong glasses, sorry. To get involved in a project, even when she has to learn new skills as she goes along. Her greatest artistic skill, however, might be collaboration. She has a passion for inviting others to join her artistic journeys. As many of you have experienced this firsthand. She's also an energetic cheerleader for other artists in the community. Most artists need appreciation and encouragement, and Teresa is usually among the first to offer this, whether for an artistic display at the library, a post of a new work on social media, a stage show here at JPAC, or a mutual performance at the local tavern. And her praise means a lot, because she herself has done all these things over and over and over. Your turn.
You took all the good stuff.
No, the good stuff, everybody said it before.
I was listening to Ron talk about Laura, and I'm going, gee, I didn't do that about Teresa. I didn't write that part. And
Just read what we
there's so much that she's done, and it's not all going to be in here. And I just wanted to say, I'm pretty sure she has performed in the Far East, the Near East, and the Midwest. So I don't know how many people can say that. It's no coincidence that Jim Like nominated Teresa for this award. No coincidence that her co-honoree is Laura Schuler. Boy, who wrote this? Because they've both of them have performed or created together repeatedly. And yeah, I know. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway.
That's your part, you wrote that. I'm gonna blame it on the foreigner, I tell you.
So many of us here have experienced what it is to collaborate with Teresa, and if you're out there going, I haven't collaborated with Teresa, you have to add the word yet to that sentence, because she's always out there grabbing people and dragging them into new journeys of creativity, and I don't know how she does it. A couple of years ago, she did it to me. After I retired, she dragged me into her ever-growing circle of collaborators. She figured if I could write a news article, I could write for the stage. And I can assure you that's not an easy adjustment. But she encouraged me, and she helped, as I helped produce the last two Tales of shows. We had Tales of Our Adventures and Tales of Our Heritage. Thank you, dear. Both here at JPAC, we got into history and research and interviewing and doing things that I had not done before. And she's just fearless, jumps right into things, learns new skills, and she taught me some of her skills, and I helped, and it was a glorious journey, and I thank you very much for that. So if you ever have a chance to collaborate with Teresa, go ahead. I have to say a word about Teresa's husband, Young. Like me, he's a naturally shy person, but Young has been Teresa's roadie, her high-tech guru, her audiovisual consultant, her confidant, and her drummer for decades now. He's the quiet partner who always has her back. And if there's ever an award for a supportive person behind the artist, Young should get it. I'll conclude with the assertion that we would be a much poorer community without Teresa, or Tess, as some of you know her by. That's why she so richly reserves this award tonight. Teresa, I'm pleased to have you for my friend. I'm very proud of you.
Because the paper and the internet, they say everything about her.
Thank you, and then Frank, congratulations, Laura Schuler. I was so excited. Okay, just real quick story before I start. I called her to congratulate her on her new grandchild. Congratulations, Chandler. I'm so excited. And also to find out, like, did you nominate me? Because I didn't know who did. And so I'm like, congratulations. She says, congratulations to you too. And I said, for what? Because I had only just heard from Nathan, and I sort of forgot about it. She said, for your Arts Hall of Fame award. I said, how do you know about that? And she said, because I'm the other recipient. And I was like, what? So, yeah, we were screaming out of Anyway, thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate with me and with Laura Schuler. I've been fortunate to call Laura a friend for many years, and performing with her is always a fun adventure and exciting, blending our music, our voices, and our friendship. So a heartfelt thanks to those who nominated me, to Jim Like, to those who voted for me. This was utterly unexpected, and I'm truly honored. It's very humbling, and I'm touched by your thoughtful kindness. So the teacher in me is going to come out, sorry. But when you're a teacher, once a teacher, always a teacher, right? Right, Edna?
Yeah.
Okay. So imagine the arts as a delicate plant. It cannot grow and blossom without 5 major nutrients early on. With the right support, a child can blossom into an artist, a dancer, an actor, a musician, a singer, and get to a level that we realize, or we are told, is good enough to share. The first nutrient is encouragement. So growing up, we didn't have a lot. My sisters and I were raised by a single mom who diligently worked to make a decent life for us while attending college and fighting cancer. Though we were poor, we felt so rich because our home was blessed with music and harmony and art. The arts should never be an elitist endeavor. If people are excluded from the arts, then we stifle diversity in art, and like a malnourished plant, it will become stunted or dull. My mother, who was also a musician, writer, and artist, supported and encouraged me and my siblings, and our creative attempts were always cheered. The second nourishment is opportunity. At some point, children are told to stop or settle down or not be so silly, or worse, they are shamed. And every child needs freedom to explore, to express themselves, and to have those opportunities. My mom took us to college theater shows. I remember my first one was Fiddler on the Roof, and I was petrified when the ghost came flying across the stage. I think I squeezed the blood out of my mom's hand. But because she did that, I was exposed, and it has affected me always until this day. She was a pianist and directed the choir and the children's programs at her synagogue, and she put us on the stage. As parents and grandparents, we have to set aside time in a child's day to create, dream, dance, imagine, get messy, and be there to appreciate their accomplishments and creations. The third nutrient is the physical supplies, and that might seem like, what is that? But the child who can't afford a guitar will have trouble keeping up. She won't be able to form calluses, to practice, and create the muscle memory to form the chords. Supplies are necessary for every art form, whether it be paints, canvas, and brushes for an artist, dance shoes, costumes, or props for production, or an instrument for music. It's important to provide free or low-cost rentals and supplies to those who might not otherwise have them because they might just give up. And the fourth is growth, which is crucial for developing skills beyond the basics. And this comes in the form of lessons or experience or both. So if nonprofits continue to give out art scholarships, which is really important, then lessons can be affordable. Also, teachers of art, music, and drama can also build that growth and must be supported by our school boards. I believe the arts should always be a priority in a school budget as much as sports. And no, I'm not running for school board. Finally, all artists need a platform, a place, a venue, an exhibit space, or a stage on which to perform. Venues like the Janesville Performing Arts Center are crucial to keeping the arts alive. And in order to bring in new audiences, new demographics, it's important to change up the shows to support diversity in directors, actors, stories, and characters. Let's work to bring in art that represents all the citizens of our community. Also, keep the tickets affordable so that a child out there who might be going through what I experienced can afford to go to a production, because those that I attended truly impacted my future. So, a few thanks. It's an honor to have my name next to other names like Thelma Wilcox, the late Dennis Baczynski, Alicia Reed, Craig Burgum, Edie Barron, Claudia Fitzgerald, the late Elsie Van Tassel, and Ron Brown, just to name a few. And there are so many other creatives I respect who could and should be standing here. Those who've spent decades, some nearly their lifetime, sharing incredible talents with our community. People like David Bitter and Kathy Bitter. I know you're here somewhere, Kathy. Yuri Rashkin, my goodness. The late Tony Hummel, Dan Fredericks, Julie Marquardt, Jim Richter, John Nelson, you know these names, Melanie Morgan, Brad Lutton, Claire Olson, Mitch Kopnick, who's also here tonight, Cameron Pickering, and many others we just don't have time to name. It takes time to devote to these creative pursuits. And I've been lucky to work mostly part-time for a lot of years. And I thank my ever-supportive husband, Nguyen, for that. And he's encouraged me since the day we met in college show choir. Yeah, he came in as our drummer. And if you've ever come to my gigs, just like Frank said, he must have thought I was going to forget to do this, but that's all right. He's there hauling equipment, setting things up, running around like a chicken, tweaking the PA sound, and sometimes rocking the drums right behind me. He's truly my better half, and I owe him and my 3 sons big thanks for all their support, and like Laura said, putting up with late night rehearsals and people coming and going from our house all the time. And then there's this community. Janesville has held fast to the arts, even in hard times. But that's because of you, the people who continue to buy the tickets, right? Attend the shows, sponsor programs, hire the artists, enroll the kids, and volunteer, like my amazing friends Edna and Frank, who are so supportive of arts organizations like JPAC. Without you, the audience, what would art really be except a kind of cheap therapy for us? I'm grateful for the inspiration from people who have been my partners in art over the years. People who have either invited me to join them or who have joined me on this creative path. My bandmates from Emerald City, Yuri Rashkin and Glenn Fisher, from Tess and Dave, my talented buddy Dave Bitter. Of course, Laura Schuler, with whom I have shared so much. The good doctors and friends from the Godines. Some of them are here tonight. Woohoo! Especially Mitch, who's always said yes if surgery didn't call. When I needed him for charity gigs or recordings, he was right there. And the wingmen of Tess and the Wingmen, which includes Alan Luckett and Yuri and my mister on the drums. Finally, all the tales of productions would not have had wings without the support of Nathan Burkhart, who, it was you who had the spark for bringing stories to life on the stage, and then we started to collaborate and brought in more people for those. And Alan Luckett, who would be here, but he is getting over COVID, so he's not here, and we're grateful for that. But he's my right-hand tech man. I've collaborated with Michelle Dennis and Steve Salabai, both directed, and my recent co-writer and research partner, Frank Schultz. And they have each made me want to improve and to reach higher. And together we've created some really magical moments. Oh, and not to forget Robert Jarzen, who's also here, and we're collaborating now on an upcoming sci-fi film called Space Between. There's my shameless plug. If you're an artist, you know when you're in the process of making art or playing music or creatively writing or swept up in a dance routine, you don't give a thought about receiving any sort of recognition. You only hope your creative work will touch the hearts and souls of those who witness the result. Hopefully, some of what I've shared over the decades has done so in one way or another. And may we all continue to help Rock County be a welcoming arts community. Remember, every child has an artist inside waiting to flourish. It's up to us to provide encouragement, opportunity, supplies, growth, and a platform. The woman who gave me all those things, my amazing mother, Hava, passed away my senior year of high school, and I believe a part of her still lives on in me. So, like Laura, I dedicate this to my mama. Thank you very much.
We're not gonna let you go yet because we've got two collaborators and we would be gypped if we didn't hear a song. So without further ado, let's have while Tess is getting her guitar, if any of you do have nominees for the future Hall of Fames, we do take community submissions now, so if anyone has got ideas, feel free to email me at nathan@janesvillepac.org. My business cards are out there of anyone that you'd like to be considered for the nomination process in the future. Otherwise, each of our resident groups also get to contribute a certain amount of selections. So if you have ideas of people, like Tess had a whole slew of people
Yeah, I gave you ideas.
Yeah, who definitely could come in, so don't say you didn't know of anyone, because there's a lot of deserving people who could be in this, and so feel free to reach out and let us know. So without further ado, let's have Tess and Laura.
Twice the charm.
Oh yeah, we're twice the charm.
This song is meaningful to both of us. You because?
Oh, for me, my brothers surprised me at a little show, and my husband. They were secretly planning something at my graduation party from college, just a little thing, and they got up and played this song, and I was amazed. I cried.
And for me, because it was a favorite of my mom's, and my son and daughter sang it at her memorial service. There are places I remember all my life. Some have changed, some forever, not
One more big round of applause. Yeah. It's always kind of like awkward when it's like, okay, we're done. So we're done. Have a good one. So come on out. Thanks so much for supporting these two. Big thanks to all of you for supporting the arts in our community. Have a really good night, okay?